Good day, my friends. I welcome you back here, and today we will continue our discuss on adaptation. So we talk about the part two of adaptation. Now we will begin our discuss on adaptation by talking about succession. Wetin succession be? Now succession na any process for an ecosystem wey dey lead to a situation where new habitat dey formed from old habitat. So new habitat meaning say area where plant, animals and other microorganisms or other organisms no dey before. If a situation come reach wey be say organisms, plants and animals and our microorganisms come gravitate or come move towards this new environment, start a community for that environment, we dey refer to that as succession. And succession dey very important. And even as succession dey happen, the idea na to achieve wetin we dey call a stable community. So a stable community na a kind of community wey be say as succession dey go on, e go come reach something wey we dey call equilibrium. And equilibrium mean balance. So for that balance, wetin go come happen na say e get wetin scientists dey call flux. And this one mean say we go come get relatively balanced community wey be say the number of organisms wey dey born and the number of organisms wey dey die on a daily or weekly or monthly or even yearly basis go dey almost the same. So stability go dey for inside that system. We dey refer to that as a stable environment, and this na the plan or the goal of succession, na to create a stable community. This one dey very important to note. Now even as this succession dey go on, e get two major processes wey dey occur for inside this succession, and these two processes na competition and natural selection. Now we don discuss competition for the other video. Make I just run tell you say competition na fierce struggle for scarce resources. So anytime wey resources no dey okay, organisms fit enter into a struggle for scarce resources wey no dey okay. And this struggle for scarce resources na wetin we dey call competition, na a core part of succession. Now even as this competition dey occur, we also get wetin we dey call natural selection. Wetin natural selection be? Natural selection na a process wey be say during the course of this fierce struggle, this competition for resources, we go come notice say the weaker organisms go dey die off, meanwhile the stronger ones go dey continue, dey survive. So this natural process wey dey select the stronger organisms to continue living and the weaker ones to die, na wetin we dey call natural selection. And e dey important, e dey okay too, because going forward as generation dey move into other generations, wetin go dey happen na say the stronger and better adapted organisms for life, na dem go dey go from one generation into the next generation, and this one is important. Now apart from that, we come discuss structural adaptations. We wan look at some of the different adaptations wey different organisms dey get, in order to be able to sustain their life. We don talk say structural adaptation na features wey organisms possess within their body or around their body. E dey different from behavioral adaptation. This one now na features wey dey get. E fit be wing, e fit be camouflage, whatever e be, wey dey help them to conquer their environment. Now we get list of many organisms wey we go talk about from many of these our classes on adaptation, but very quickly we go just talk about two major organisms or species. We will talk about toads and we go talk about birds. Now when it comes to toads, wetin be some of the features wey toads get wey be structural adaptations wey dey help them to conquer their environment so that they fit live within their environment? The first one na possession of long sticky tongues. They get tongues wey dey long and sticky, so they fit throw them out and use them to catch insects. So many a times toads are able to do this, and that way insects wey no dey expect, wey just dey relax for somewhere, the toad go quickly just pick up that insect. And that ability na because the toad get long and sticky tongues. Now that's one thing. Also toads get olfactory organs, so they fit perceive different kind of smell. So if they perceive say the place no too dey okay for them, they don move very quickly. Now toads dey also possess hind legs, strong powerful hind limbs. So this one dey help them with hopping. So we know say they fit hop. If they see say problem dey, they fit hop away from that area. If they see say food dey somewhere, they fit also hop towards that area. So those powerful hind limbs dey important for toads. They help them in all their processes. Now apart from that too, toads dey get slimy skin wey dey moist for respiration. This one dey important. So that skin dey serve as respiratory surface, and this one dey very important for our toads. Also, toads dey get foul smell, very very foul smell, such that predators wey wan even chop them, if they smell them, they wan comot for there, they no dey interested in eating them again, and this feature dey important for them. E dey help save their lives. So these na some of the things wey toads dey do. Now if we go to our birds too, birds get many. Now you know say different kind of birds dey. Birds dey wey dey feed on flesh, wey dey feed on nuts, wey dey feed on fish, wey dey feed on insects. You know, different kinds of birds dey, and those birds, if you watch them now, they dey adapted for the different kind of diet wey dey engaged in, the kind different kind of food wey dey eat. Dey determine the kind of adaptation, especially for their beaks. Now look at eagles for an example, wey dey feed, wey be say dey dey feed on flesh. Now dey dey get very strong beaks and very strong claws, so that dey fit tear flesh off from the bones. So this one dey important, na adaptation wey eagles get. Now if you look at ducks for an example, dey get webbed feet with which dey dey use stand for inside water, and they also get the way wey dey take filter the different kind of food wey dey dey eat for inside water using their beaks, because they be filter feeders. Now birds wey dey feed on hard nuts and seeds, we go notice say their beaks dey short, but dey dey very strong, so that they fit crack those nuts or crack those seeds. Birds like woodpecker now, wey be say dey peck for trees, dey get very strong beak, so dey fit use those their beak peck for tree and create their own environment or their own home within that tree. So dis na some of the adaptations wey different types of birds dey get. Birds wey dey feed on aquatic wey dey feed on fishes now, like our heron, we dey see say the beak dey long, and e go use am put inside the water. E go fit look for the fish and pick up the fish. This one na adaptation for birds, for that kind of bird with a long beak. Now we also know say birds dey get hollow skeleton, meaning say their skeleton no dey too strong. E dey air dey inside the skeleton, and e dey hollow, so that one go allow the bird to fit fly very well. So this one also na a feature wey birds dey possess, hollow skeleton. And many times as the birds dey fly, we will notice say they dey generate warmth even as they dey fly. This one dey important to keep them warm and keep them away from the cold. So different types of organisms get different features for adaptations, and this one dey important to note. Thank you for listening to this discuss today. Abeg, remember to like our channel, share our content. You know, e dey encourage us to do more and more. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.